Hello, friends. Welcome to Del Soccer. My name is Delali Frank, and this is News Daily, where I serve you with all the major trending news in the last few hours. In today's edition, we're going to talk about a record deal, an update of the news that I gave you about Ernest Nuamah, and we're also going to talk about Kudus and other transfer news that are related to Ghanaians. If it's your first time, hit the subscription button and let's build this community together. Without wasting much time, let's get straight into today's news. Let's start with Ghanaian sensation Ernest Nuamah. Remember that yesterday I told you that he's closer to moving to Lyon than expected, and I also told you that when the boy was left out, Norgeland's squad, it meant some few things. It basically meant that the deal was very close, or he has moved to France for the medicals. We woke up the next day and we found out that he has successfully done his medicals and is going to move in a record transfer fee, which is brilliant. It involves 25 million euros and an additional 5 million euros of add-ons. The deal is a bit some way. Let me explain it. So first of all, it's a loan deal with an obligatory option to buy permanently. So he's moving on a loan deal for this year, and right after that, he'll be signed permanently. So I think the obligation is because maybe this loan deal he would not really perform that well. But once he moves, he becomes a permanent player for Olympic Lyon. This deal is a record deal on both sides. His signing becomes the highest that Olympic Lyon has spent in purchasing a player. Same as Norgeland. It also becomes the highest that Norgeland have sold or transferred a player to any other football club. It surpasses the amount that was paid for his Ghanaian compatriot Suleimana Kamaldeen. It's a good deal. The deal means that the Ghanaian is going to be there until June 2028. A perfect opportunity for the young man to see football, play football in a more competitive league, get all the attention of the general public, and also grow to the top. The 19-year-old has been an exceptional talent from the first day he got the chance to play for Norgeland. He got a chance to also play for the U23 in the just ended African Cup of Nations. Also happens to get a call-up into the Black Stars. It looks as if the next Black Stars call-up is definitely going to be part of that team. It's a very exceptional deal. So the details of the deal is that it's worth 25 million euros and an add-ons of 5 million euros. He's going to be there until 2028, but the first season is going to be a loan, which is going to be an obligatory deal that Olympic Lyon would have to go ahead and buy the young man. It's a brilliant deal that I've been excited about it because he gets the opportunity to play in a more competitive league. He gets the opportunity to grow in a bigger club, and Lyon has good influence. And Ghanaian players have been there and have excelled. The legendary Abedi Pele has been with them. Michael Essien also played for them. So, there are some Ghanaian players that have played with them and have been excelling. So, I think it's a very good news. Very good news. Let's move to the next one. The next one is about Mohamed Kudus. Kudus' transfer has been the most stressing move so far as Ghana and following a player's transfer is concerned. First of all, there was a report that Arsenal, Chelsea, and other clubs were interested in him. And then we heard a report that Brighton have agreed a transfer fee with Ajax, but Kudus had to agree a proper transfer, personal terms, I believe, with Brighton and Hove Albion. That is what looked as if the deal was not going to happen. Ayaz had to give Kudus an ultimatum to go into an agreement with Brighton. And remember, on one of my videos, I made it clear that it is pretty much going to be very difficult if Kudus decides not to play. Ayaz can have a partnership or an agreement with Brighton, but if Kudus doesn't agree that he's going to play for Brighton, there's nothing that Brighton and Albion can do. It looks as if that's what's happened. So Brighton couldn't agree a deal with Kudus. It looks as if the deal is not going through. And then we had West Ham. West Ham also joined the deal and showed interest in the young man, wanted to sign him. But this time around, West Ham had their first bid, which was below what Ayaz were expecting. Their bid initially was 40 million euros. But I understand that Ayaz are expecting 44 million euros because Brighton were ready to pay such an amount for the player. At this point, initially there was reports that the deal was hanging on the fact that if Paqueta will move to Manchester City. What we are hearing now is that the deal does not or no more hangs on Paqueta's move. So it means that whether Paqueta moves or not, West Ham are now interested or are now keen on bringing in Mohamed Kudus. That's going to be an exceptional one because Kudus has, as I've said on countless times, Kudus has basically outgrown the Ayaz League. He has outgrown it. Back-to-back player of the week, back-to-back boss in the league, having fun, he has outgrown it. And for me, I think he needs to move. So West Ham is going to really help him. An easy move. Secured Europa League. Please, definitely, he's also going to get chance to play in that as well. So Kudus to West Ham is still on. But personally, I don't know why Chelsea is not going for him. Honestly, I don't know why Chelsea is not going for Mohamed Kudus. But anyway, that's all for today. We talked about Mohamed Kudus. We talked about Ernest Nuamah. So my name is Olali Frank. If it's your first time, hit on the subscription button. But until meet again, bye bye for now.